Hello everyone, this is Dr. Shiva Ayyadurai, and we're going to be talking about how do pumpkin seeds support cardiovascular health. So let's talk about the cardiovascular system. The cardiovascular system is composed of the heart, blood vessels, and the blood. So if you really think about it, there are three interconnected major subsystems. So let's start with the heart. First of all, the heart is a very powerful muscle, and it's responsible for pumping that blood through the body. And the vessels themselves are a system of systems. The vessels consist of arteries, veins, also capillaries. The blood itself is also a system. The red blood cells, which carry the oxygen, but also the white blood cells, which provide immune support. It's very important for your heart to work properly because you're going to support oxygenation of your system, plus you're going to support your immune system. The key thing to remember here is you have many systems here. The cardiovascular system is not just one part, it's a system of systems. We're going to talk about endothelial functions, where the endothelial are cells that line the surface of your vein, your arteries, but also capillaries. In fact, the capillaries are essentially just made up of endothelial cells, which provides frictionless pathway for the movement of blood. And you're going to see this is very important because in order for you to have good heart function, cardiovascular function, what's been discovered over the last 10-15 years is the surface of the veins, the arteries, and the capillaries need to be functioning properly. Those endothelial cells need to function properly. How did we do our research? There's so much literature out there on pumpkin seeds, a lot of literature out on cardiovascular system. What we use is a very powerful technology called CytoSolve. And CytoSolve is a revolutionary systems biology platform for research and discovery. One of the most important things is we do not kill animals here at CytoSolve. We use knowledge. We use the CytoSolve in silico, which means on the computer platform, to discover all of this. We take all of those articles that are relevant, extract out from that the ones that have to do with pumpkin seeds and cardiovascular health, identify the molecular mechanisms, and then figure out how pumpkin seeds affects the molecular mechanisms of heart function. Now, in the area of pumpkin research, over the last 81 years, there's been 15 clinical trials, 663 research articles. And the reason pharmaceutical companies are not interested in studying food per se is because it's too complicated for them, because it has so many different compounds. So they focus on essentially only studying synthetic compounds. They can control it more. So with CytoSolve, we're able to actually study food or multi-combinations of compounds. I want to just take a quick break, let all of you know that at CytoSolve, we've used CytoSolve not only to understand the cardiovascular system, to understand pumpkin seeds, but about 2 years ago, we were helping many companies who really wanted to do good science use CytoSolve to understand combinations of how things work to build better products. Most recently, we actually use CytoSolve to compute trillions of mathematical equations to find a combination of the two naturally occurring products that are very good for alleviating pain and discomfort. So I want to share that with you. Just take a quick break here. I just want to get some water. So watch this video. It'll explain how CytoSolve works and the product MV25.
Hi, I'm Barbara Ann. My hands would cramp up so that I couldn't hold cards or knit or crochet, and they would go like that. And I'd have to use this when I played cards with my grandkids, and I started taking that MV25. After a bit, I was able to hold cards in my hand, very little cramping, hardly at all anymore. MV25.
Hi, my name is Sandy. I'm a Taekwondo instructor. I tore my ACL during Taekwondo. I had a lot of pain and limited mobility. I've been taking the MV25 for about 6 months now. After the first week, I noticed a big difference. After the second week, almost literally no pain.
My name is Jeremy, and I suffer from a lower back problem. Hurt my back at work years ago, and I can go to the chiropractor, do all kinds of different things, and nothing seems to help. And I decided to try MV25. I didn't notice a difference immediately, but within a few days, the pain went away, and it stayed away. I've continued to take it, and even when I do things that I shouldn't do, it seems to go away a lot quicker than it ever did before.
It's clean food certified. It's made in the US. If you go to vashiva.com, right on the shop, you'll click there, or you can go right to mv25.life, either way. And then from there, you can click on the bottle and you can order. If you buy 6 bottles, you get 6 bottles for free. Please take advantage of it because first of all, it's going to help you. It's going to help our movement. And it really supports the fact that we want to take science-based approaches to natural products. What are in pumpkin seeds? Where there are 3 types of systems level nutrients called macronutrients: dietary fiber, protein, and fat. Close to equal amount of fat and protein. But we also have micronutrients: vitamins, carotenoids, minerals, and polyphenols. There are these 4 micronutrients in pumpkin seeds. Vitamins, various minerals, phenolic compounds, compounds. Now, these phenolic compounds, I can't overemphasize this, are really like nature's medicine. When you look at pumpkin seeds, we're going to look at the active components that science today has determined. Now, one of the main areas we want to look at is nitric oxides on endothelial function. Nitric oxide is a potent vasodilator, which means it opens up blood vessels. When you run or when you exercise, blood flows and it creates what's called a shear stress in those capillaries across the endothelium, and that triggers a production of nitric oxide. Here's the endothelial cell. There's this very interesting structure called the glycocalyx. It literally looks like a Christmas tree. And so what happens is when blood flows over the surface, it moves the glycocalyx. And this structure, when it moves, it releases enos, endothelial, nitric oxide synthase. And this, through a series of chemical reactions, as you can see here, releases nitric oxide. So now let's talk about the biological effects of pumpkin seeds. They really have 5 major biological effects: antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, anti-diabetic, anti-cancer, and they're anti-parasitic. Many cultures will tell people to take the raw pumpkin seeds and chew them if people have worms. There's a type of pumpkin in India called bitter gourd. It looks a little bit primal, but in India, my grandmother would give that once a week because many people don't understand, over time, your body builds up bugs or parasites, and it's good to cleanse your body. So once a week, we would have that lightly sort of sauteed. But the health benefits of pumpkin seeds are the following: improves antioxidant activity, treats arthritis and reduces inflammation, boosts metabolism, reduces blood pressure, prevents kidney stones, limits parasitic activity, treats insomnia and get better sleep, reduces bad cholesterol, acts as a good source of plant protein, and improves prostate health. What are the effects of pumpkin seeds on the cardiovascular system? So let's understand some mechanisms. So if you look at this mechanism, before I talk about pumpkin seeds, there is a chemical called angiotensinogen, which is right here on the top, and this is from the liver, and this gets converted to angiotensin 1 in the presence of renin, R-E-N-I-N, which comes from your kidneys. So your kidneys put out this enzyme. So look at how complex of a system the kidneys involved, the liver involved, the lungs involved, we'll see shortly, and the heart. It's pretty wild. All systems involved in this. So renin gets put out by the kidneys. Renin makes angiotensinogen into angiotensin 1. That's the first step in this mechanism. Then ACE, which is called angiotensin converting enzyme. When the COVID thing was going on, you may have heard about this, the ACE receptors. What pumpkin seed extracts do is they block ACE, thereby reversing vasoconstriction and hypertension effects. So that's why pumpkin seeds are good for anti-hypertensive effect. Now, anti-diabetic effect. And what pumpkin seeds have is 2 compounds, vitamin E, and they also have quercetin. Now, endothelial dysfunction, this means when your endothelial cells are not working well. How is this caused? Well, this is caused by stress, oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is created by these 2 chemicals, superoxide and hydrogen peroxide. And so when you get superoxide over here and you get hydrogen peroxide over here, these will cause endothelial dysfunction, which leads to diabetes. And however, what you see here is compounds such as quercetin from pumpkin seeds upregulates NRF2, results in the release of superoxide dismutase and catalase. These are 2 enzymes. These enzymes block superoxide and block hydrogen peroxide, which means they stop superoxide and hydrogen peroxide from causing endothelial dysfunction. But guess what vitamin E does? Vitamin E directly blocks superoxide. NRF2 is blocked. It's a 2-step process by vitamin E in the pumpkin seeds directly blocks superoxide, which stops endothelial dysfunction. Now I want to talk about, you probably heard of arterial plaque, not a good thing. And again, the vitamin E and the quercetin in pumpkin seeds does some 2 very important things. Let's look at that. Again, here you have arterial sclerosis. It's when you have arterial plaque formation. Well, it gets formed when you have OXLDL. And the OXLDL sticks to the endothelial cell surface. Basically, you have your clean arteries and you're basically putting down cement, and that causes plaque formation. But look what vitamin E and quercetin do. Vitamin E and quercetin from pumpkin seeds eat up all these free radicals, blocks the superoxide, so LDL doesn't get converted to OXLDL. And therefore, they lower the oxidative stress, which prevents the formation of OXLDL and the development of arterial sclerosis due to arterial plaque formation. There you go. So anyway, how much should you take? Well, again, we go back to the science. You should consult your doctor, obviously, before you start anything, but these are some different effects. So if you take the pumpkin seed oil for hypertension, you want to take about 2 grams a day of the anthocyanins. That's from Gossell, Williams Set in 2008. If you want to use it for deworming, 23 grams of pumpkin seed in 100 milliliters of water. That's from Kaeli et al. Again, a scientific paper, 2006. Now, pumpkin seed extract for prostatic hyperplasia. This is for people who have prostate issues. 500 milligrams twice daily. And that's from Seymour et al. 2011. So if you go here, we can see that obviously my recommendation, and you can talk to others, you want to get organic pumpkin seeds are preferred. Conventional pumpkin seeds contain carcinogenic peptides, DDT, PCBs, and dioxin. Organic farming produces healthier seeds, stronger seeds. Organic farming seeds have more zinc, very important, healthy fatty acids and potassium, vitamins, and minerals than conventionally grown pumpkin seeds. Thank you, everyone. Have a good weekend. Be well, be the light. Thank you.